This OIFC TV adventure is brought to you by the Ocean Isle Fish Company, located on Ocean Isle Beach at the base of the bridge. Come be a part of the show and enjoy on-the-water dining while the fishing fleet offloads fresh catch daily. New sushi bar now open. The Wing and Fish Company, located on Main Street in the historic district of downtown Charlotte, providing the area's largest selection of craft beers, chicken wing flavors, and fresh seafood from the OIFC fleet. The Swamp Park in Ocean Isle Beach, North Carolina, featuring an intense and challenging nature-oriented zipline and adventure park. New for 2019, Get Dirty ATV Tours. Freeman Boat Works, redefining limits. And these other fine sponsors. Again, OIFC TV. We are on another mission today, a new mission. We are hunting grouper. It's fall time here off Ocean Isle Beach. This is the time of year where the gag grouper migrate inshore a little bit to the depth range that we're in today, about 75 to 80 foot of water. And you're our local expert, our grouper expert, or supposed to be anyways.
Right.
Give us a game plan.
Yep. So like you said, October and November are definitely two of my favorite months for grouper fishing. Gag grouper specifically will move into the 70 to 80 foot depth range, which for us is around 20 to 30 miles. Where normally they're out quite a bit deeper. And we were going to fish, typically we're fishing natural structure, so it's ledges or rocky bottom, and we use live bait, so that's part of our deal. We usually catch either menhaden or pinfish for live bait. And my style of grouper fishing is anchoring. I don't like to drift. My belief is, yeah, you can catch a fish or two drifting, but if you're gonna hammer them, then it's gonna be by setting the anchor up and getting the boat sitting right over top of them.
Hammering them sounds more fun. So that's what we're doing now. Is we picked an area that has structure kind of to spread out here, and you're riding around, and we're looking at the depth finder.
Yeah, if you look around here to our Simrad machine here, you can see we're in about 75 feet of water. And what we're looking at here is, so this is like 80 foot and that's 70 foot. So, that's about a 5 foot ledge right in that area, right there. So this structure that's here is where we want to be sitting over top of. So the real trick, probably the most important part of doing this style grouper fishing, is the ability to set the anchor. See, there's a good little ledge and rock right there. right there. So the ability to drop the anchor and sit on top of the fish, that's the key.
So you may not know this, but I used to be an expert at this kind of fishing, and it's been so long I'm definitely rusty, but what I can remember is what separated the guys who would catch a couple grouper from the guys who would, like you said, hammer them, was the ability to take into consideration the current, the wind, the drift, so that when you anchor, you end up sitting right on the ledge. Because if you're not right on the ledge, you know, you're not going to really catch them too good. So that's where there is a lot of skill in this. And
it can be a matter of, in my opinion, 15 to 20 feet of location. So
exactly.
So anyway,
and let us not forget, we do have Guru on board today, and he is a grouper getter from way back. So they are in trouble. Yeah. They're in trouble. But we need to anchor it up.
So we're about to finish phase 1 here. I got an area located. Next step is going to be the anchoring, getting all that together. So stay tuned for more action to come. We're going to set the scene, and then hopefully grand finale, put some gags in the boat.
So what's that? That is really heavy. Jesus, how are we going to get this thing back up? Oh, you got a ball.
Got a bean bag we can set it on? What'd you bring with it? We can
Just set it on that cushion. All right, so yeah, so this is our anchor setup here. This is a custom anchor. You don't go to the shop and find one like this, but it is important. You want to invest in a nice anchor to do this style of fishing, because what you can't have happen, you can't throw your anchor and have it slip. It's got to lock in, because if it slips, number one, you're not going to end up where you want to be. Number two, what's going to happen is it's going to slip till it gets to the structure where you want it to be in, and then it's going to hang, and you're going to bend your anchor, or you won't get it back. So the anchor is important. The chain that goes to the anchor is just as important. I've got about 15 to 20, probably about 20 foot of heavy chain. So the chain actually helps the anchor to set properly. So that is important too. So those are some of the keys.
And you got to have a guy to pull the anchor too, right?
Yeah. Then you want an anchor puller. But we'll get to that part in a minute. But
I don't know if y'all see him.
But this is a heavy duty gig here. Another thing here that's a little tip here when you're anchoring is to control the line as it goes out of the boat. Try to keep it kind of semi-tight like Barrett is. What you don't want to have happen, particularly if you're using a lot of chain, is if the chain beats the anchor to the bottom, and then sometimes the anchor will get wrapped up in the chain, and then it'll get all hung up and it won't pull right. So by keeping the chain above the anchor, you're ensuring that it all falls right in the anchor, and then the chain lays down in front of it. You just go to the very end of the rope, Barrett, and just cleat the loop off. It's fine. So, and the other thing I do when I first anchor, just to get set up, I usually let out more line than I need, just because it'll set better, with more scope out. And then oftentimes I might, I'll walk up, I'll pull up on the anchor and shorten up to try to get the boat positioned just right. But the first time you set anchor is always a little questionable, because you don't know what exactly the current's doing versus the wind. So you throw the anchor, hope you get it right. If you don't, then you got to move to the next, you got to reset. That's after you've figured out exactly what course heading you're going to lay. So the one thing I do have confidence in is that anchor's not going to slip, and that's important. All right, so check this out here. Look over here at our Simrad machine here. This is where we've ended up, which is right over, since we're sitting still, the bottom's gonna mark a little different here, but we're on the structure here. The anchor did its job, it locked right in. It's a real rocky bottom. So that's where we've ended up. And the cool thing, the one thing I do like about this fishing is we don't have to sit here very long. We're not gonna have to sit here for an hour to see if they decide to bite. I'm not gonna fish here more than like 20 minutes at most. If you got the bait on the bottom, it's good live bait, and they're here, it's gonna happen pretty quick. So we'll see what happens. The other thing we've been experiencing is with the red snapper closure, we do have an increased abundance of red snapper, which is a nice thing. However, we can't keep any of them, but they also are a problem for grouper fishing, or have been. because they eat the same baits, and so they can actually disrupt what we're trying to do. But anyway, let us get to work here. See what happens. The one thing you don't want to do with this too is to show up without the right tackle. The way these groupers seem to work is that if you break one off, then what I believe happens is he goes and hides in the rock. And groupers are very curious fish, and I think all the other ones follow them. So generally, if you lose one, it'll oftentimes lead to the bite slowing or stopping. So what that means is don't lose them. And one way not to lose them is to be sure you have the right equipment. The Guru, who is an absolute professional bottom fisherman, does have a bit of a history of using equipment that might be a little lighter, a little suspect, and he has been known to get in trouble, fussed at, because he turns this into sport fishing. But this is not that. When you're grouper fishing, your drag is locked down. You got to win the first 10 feet. You got to get him off the bottom, and once you do that, you got him. But everything's got to be locked up tight. So I've got 80-pound mono main line. We're using Shimano, the Torium. I think this is their bottom fishing version. I can't remember what the heck's that thing called?
PG.
It's a Torium PG. They're slick. They work really good. And then our rig consists of a 3-way swivel, 12-ounce bank sinker. I'm going to use about 8 to 10 feet of 100 to 130-pound leader to a circle hook, and then the live bait. So that's the game. And the drag, as tight as it'll go. So fish away, boys. Check your leader. Be sure you don't have any frays.
The way that I like to hook the baits when we're grouper fishing is I hook them right there, almost right in the tail. That way, what happens is that bait, the weight is sitting on the bottom, and then naturally, because you hooked him in the tail, the fish is going to want to swim away. So it looks like he's always trying to get away from that grouper. So that's why you hook him in the tail. So let's see what happens. Okey-doke. And you don't want to let him down too fast, because it'll drown the bait. So you just kind of ease him down there. Got a lot of current. Golly, what in the world? That was weird. Must be a shark.
What?
Fish almost jumped in the boat. See that?
What fish?
Some kind of fish that took off.
Oh, that's a bite. You're bit. Oh,
this is not a grouper.
A red snapper, right?
Either that or a shark. Not a grouper. Red snapper.
Red snapper. No, grouper.
No,
it is a grouper.
A little baby grouper.
A little gag.
That was weird.
Sure
Look at that. What is that? A barracuda, right there.
There's a little gag grouper.
That was the weirdest bite. Okay, well, that is what we're trying to catch.
That one's close to legal. He's going to be a little short, though, I think.
Not quite long enough to keep, but I'm going to take a look at this thing.
20 inches?
Yeah, right.
What's the size limit?
24.
It's called a gag grouper.
Yeah. See, he's going to be about a 22. You're sitting on top of a ledge, Rube. You're right in it.
Very cool fish. These things are a lot more sporty than you would think for being a bottom fish. That's why that surprised me, because this fish ate it and he swam right back to the surface, or swam up, and that's why I wasn't sure what was going on. But
you must be sitting right in
that's what we're after. So now we just need to try to find them a little bit bigger ones. Make sure, what I'm going to do is look in his mouth, make sure that he doesn't have an air bolt, his bladder isn't blown up. Well, he's not going to open up. Check out those teeth. They're serious fish. All right. Any protocol on letting them go? But you are just letting them go?
Yeah.
All right. Shoo. He'll grow up. Give him another time.
All right, I'm going to be the guy up front. Like Barrett said, though, I'm just going to let it down nice and slow. Nice and easy. What happens if you let it too fast, the fish will spin up around the main line. The line will get all kinked up. Just want it to go down nice and easy. This is just spot one. We'll try here for a little bit. All right, I'm on the bottom. A couple cranks here. The distinct, feels like a hammer, like a wham, a bang. It's a lot of times you feel your bait kind of vibrating. And when you get the bite, it's very distinct. I can feel my bait moving. Pretty sure Bear just got bit. Yep, he's there.
A little guy. Something small. Not what we're looking for. Same one. Wow. Gives you an idea how aggressive they are. This one was, my bait wasn't much.
Oh, I'm bit.
Bigger than that. Uh-oh.
I'm bit. Oh, missed him.
Little guy, real little guy. He would make a good sandwich though. Put a couple shingles of bread on each side. That, not today. He got that hook way down there.
Did you ever get out, Rube, or what do you do? You still stuck?
Yeah.
Are you out, or you got on it? Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna sit here for maybe another couple of baits. If it doesn't work, then actually what I'm gonna do is, we're not gonna actually pick up the anchor. Pretty little fish. The future of the species.
See, old fish out there make it look much bigger.
But the thing is, the bigger ones could be 100 feet right over there or over there. So I'm not just gonna leave this area. We may pick up in a minute. But I'm not quite ready to abandon it, that's for sure. Come on.
That's the right one.
Turn the handle. Turn the handle, man. Turn it.
That's the right one.
You gotta turn it. Turn the handle. No, you're not. You're watching yourself. Admiring your work.
Quit watching yourself.
He's over there admiring his rod bending. You got to turn the handle.
That better be a big one. Snapper. Okay.
Heading down. Check out the bottom machine over there. You can see it's lit up. That's an amberjack. It's got to be a jack. Oh yeah, there's the old amberjack. Now, call me a wimp if you want, but I'll use the rail. This is one of the side problems with live baiting for grouper.
Yeah, you forgot to rinse them.
Amberjack is the scourge. This will test your tackle. But I just use it like a winch. Oh, he's digging. Call me a wimp. Oh, Bert, got him.
Oh. He just came unhooked. Nothing you can do about that one. That was a good bite.
Fine. All right. Oh yeah, amberjack. Those guys right there will whip your butt. We'll come back here and lift them in the boat.
No, my hook broke off. Again. What's up with that?
If you hadn't caught a fish before, they're fun to catch. You catch 2 or 3 of them and you won't want to see any more. Amberjack handle. Turn the handle. Turn the handle. That's how you do it. You turn the handle. Yeah, boy. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got him whipped now. But I think it's a snapper. Yeah. Ooh, that made my face red. Ooh. Oh yeah, another pretty red snapper. He just spit up a pogie and I wasn't using a pogie. He spit up 2 pogies and I wasn't using a pogie for bait. So he's down there gobbling up. That's the ones we've been missing. I got this one out of the way. We are on the red snapper circuit, boys. Hang out here a little bit longer. Yeah, a good one, huh?
You swallowed it.
Yes.
You want your gritter? Get her.
Oh!
Oh my God.
Oh, Bear just got
That's a snapper.
Turn the handle. Turn the handle.
Man, you need more drag on this thing.
Turn the handle.
I'm outwinding the drag. You're coming up. You're coming up. Oh.
There goes that red snapper. That might be a grouper, man. It's too big.
Oh.
Get him, man. Some weight there.
Feels funny.
But he's
that's
moving.
My weight. That's my weight.
Banging around.
Yeah.
Come on.
There he is.
Oh, that's a grouper.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely a big one. Good grouper. Nice gag. Nice gag grouper. Woo! Look at that right there, boys.
That's what we're talking about.
That's how you do it right there.
Well, look at that fish I just caught.
Get out of here now. Come
Man,
on, that's mine. No.
Look at that fish.
Man.
All right, watch this get. All right, hey, before I hand this to Bear, I want to tell you something. Never stick your hands between the red. It's got spikes in there, so be sure you get him. There you go. That's what we're trying to do. Good fish.
Woo. That is a battle. There is a huge difference between a snapper and a grouper on that fight. Hey, look at the size of the tail.
Pretty fish.
The tail is so big, it just makes them so strong. That first 10, 15 feet is all out war. Whew. I'm good. See, I'm not a sprinter. I'm a marathoner. That's tough right there. Gee whiz. All right, well, that's dinner. Man, all right.
That's my rod or your rod?
It's yours, us. Checking you out, tying your hook on. You got him coming. Turn that handle. Yes, that's got to be a grouper. That's him. That's gonna be him. Get him. All right, he's got him up off the bottom. That's the key. Now the rest is details. It's got to be a grouper. Got to be a big grouper. It's a big grouper. Yes. Good job. Got him. Gotta look, see where he's hooked. Not hooked that good. There we go. You got one. Got him. Good job, Gurub.
Sir.
Out. There you go. Hold your fish, sir. Pretty
Hold
gag.
on 1 second. Oh, never mind.
What you got? Oh, Bear's got him a red snapper.
There we go. This is what's out here. We got red snappers, which got to be thrown back, and gag grouper, which you're going directly to the grease. Pretty catch.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I got his butt. I think that's a snapper though. No big deal now. Here he comes. Whoa, oh, no.
We got a grouper, huh? Yep. Not quite as big, but probably a keeper. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Toss him in here. Oh, yeah.
What you get?
Grouper.
What? God dang it, I'm up here catching amberjacks hard as I can go.
I'll handle the grouper back here. Just keep him busy. Hook right in the corner of the mouth. Oh.
Let's see. Not bad. Not bad.
Just keep him occupied up there.
Yeah. Got it.
That's
Good work.
I believe that's 5. Hey, how many groupers have you guys caught? Oh, they're pretty quiet. That's number 5 for me, if anybody was counting. Beauty, a beauty. Okay, I'm gonna put him in a box. I'm gonna catch another one.
What have I got? Oh, it's gotta be a red snapper. Where the heck are you? Oh yeah, red snapper. We are killing the red snappers. Man, they all look like about came out of the same mold. Yeah, fish. Let's see if I can get him unhooked here. We've had a nice little, I don't know what you're trying to call it, half a day. It's my grand finale drop. My last time down, the amberjacks, they've had their way with me.
We are officially tapping out.
Yeah.
We are whooped. I am whooped. That's too many amberjack for what was like 10 to 1, probably amberjack over grouper.
That is the problem with live bait fishing a lot of times is the jacks.
Man. But like you said, if you hadn't done a lot of this before, I bet catching an amberjack would be a lot of fun, or at least more rewarding. We just have our sights set on a grouper.
Yep.
All right, this is it. No pressure. Last drop of the day.
Oh, I got a bee on my arm.
All right. Come on, be a grouper.
Okay. Here you go.
Oh! There you go. Oh. That's the wrong kind. All right, turn him into a grouper.
All right, folks. I hope you enjoyed this edition.
We are done.
OIFC TV. We've done a little bit of grouper fishing.
Mostly amberjack fishing.
A lot of amberjack fishing.
And I think this is, you're gonna finish it off with another one for us.
No, this is definitely a grouper. Definitely a grouper. Just like all those red snappers.
Not looking good.
Oh, it is a fucking grouper.
Oh, it did! No way!
Get him! Get him! That's how you do it, my friends! Boom! Last drop!
Wow.
Look at there!
What are the chances? We've caught 150 amberjacks and we caught the last drop as a grouper.
Bam! And that, my friends, concludes this episode of OIFC TV. Captain Barrett and the Guru.
Nice job. Everybody got one.
Limited out. Over and out.
Wow, that was lucky.
ATMC Security is changing the way you connect with your home, making it safer, smarter, and more efficient. Now you can manage your home wherever you are with a single app. Lights, locks, thermostats, 24-hour security monitoring, and more. Which means you always come back to a safe, comfortable home. Monitoring services start as low as $17.95 per month. Make your home a smart home with ATMC Security.